Okay, yeah.
Perfect. So, as you know, I am doing a story today about young people and veganism, and you're a very invested vegan animal rights activist, and I was just wanting your insight upon some questions that I had. So, to start off with, I suppose, in 2014, what motivated you to undertake the Voiceless 365, and what did you hope to achieve by doing it?
I was motivated because I just started learning about what happens to animals, before they become that neatly wrapped package on the supermarket shelf. And I had always previously believed that you needed to eat animals to be healthy. So as soon as I learned that you could be healthy and even thrive without eating animals, I couldn't understand why we were eating them. And I became really interested in it, started learning more and more. And then I realized that it's so horrific what we do to them. Even really good, kind, loving people are paying other people to slit animals' throats and just do such cruel, violent behavior. And I was motivated to do the vow of silence for you because I just felt like something drastic needed to happen, and I didn't really feel like there was. I wasn't aware at the time that this was a hot topic and that many people were doing anything about it because no one had ever approached me about it before. So I felt like an urgency, and I felt like a responsibility, being one of the lucky people who has made the connection between what's happening to animals and how completely cruel and unjustified it is.
Given that animal cruelty is such a confronting issue, why do you believe that people continue to purchase and consume animal products? Is it ignorance, or what do you believe?
I believe a huge part of it is ignorance. They just don't think about it. It's bacon, not a pig. It's just milk. It's not, a cow's milk or baby cow growth fluid. We don't think about it what it really is. It's just food. It's just what we've always eaten, what we've always known. So I think ignorance is definitely a big part of it, but it's also the lies that we've been told. We've been told that animals are slaughtered humanely, but it couldn't be anything further from humane. There's no humane way to slaughter an animal or to do anything violently. Nothing violent can be done humane, and there's no humane way to kill someone who wants to live. So it's about all these lies that the industry uses, and it's also the lies like telling us that we need dairy for calcium and we need protein from meat, and the animals are here for that reason, just to be our source of food. It's ignorance, but it's also the lies. And I think the good news is that 99% of people are against animal cruelty. So when you start telling the truth and they can start learning, oh my God, I don't need to eat animal products. I can still eat delicious food, satisfying food, and be perfectly healthy, then people want to do it, because why wouldn't you want to do it? So it's positive, but at the same time, we're up against, some of the most powerful industries on the planet, and years of brainwashing, I would say, that has taught us that this is what we need to do and this is what we eat and that's how it is. So, yeah.
And in terms of people adopting the vegan lifestyle, you previously stated that veganism is the fastest growing social movement of our time. Do you think that this movement has been brought about by young people in particular?
I think that it's been brought about mostly by social media, and before it was quite rare to stumble across some footage of animal cruelty or some facts about health and fitness, and being healthy as a vegan, or even just realizing that veganism is something that's growing and celebrities going vegan and it just being more talked about. So I don't know if I'd necessarily say it's because of young people, but I definitely believe that there's so much awareness about veganism now and about the reality of what we do to animals on this planet is brought about by the huge number of vegans promoting veganism on social media. There's so many good documentaries now as well on the ethical reasons to be vegan, on the environmental reasons to be vegan, on the health reasons to be vegan. And we have all that just at a few clicks of a button away, and we can share it so easily. And yeah, that's why I think it's growing so fast and awareness is being raised so quickly.
people in particular who believe that being vegan goes against the status quo and is impractical or extreme. Do you have any advice of how people can get involved or words of encouragement?
Yeah, it is against the status quo. I would absolutely agree with that because the majority of people eat meat, cheese, milk, and eggs every single day. But to call it extreme, that just couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, what is extreme is saying that you love animals or that you're against animal cruelty while you're paying people to mutilate and torture and kill animals for foods and products you don't even need. So it's actually the way that I used to live and the way that most people currently live that is extreme. It's extremely violent and cruel and totally unnecessary. And for those people who think that it's difficult, it's so easy to be vegan. Like, I thought the exact same thing, so I understand why people would think that. You know, I thought I would be just eating lettuce and tofu, and I didn't think I was going to be enjoying food, but I ate everything I used to eat, just the vegan version. So I eat burritos, and I eat pizzas, and I eat pastas and ice cream, and even sausages and cheese and milks, but there's a vegan version of all of it, which means you don't need to kill animals for those same foods. And it's readily available at our supermarkets. If you don't have some of those vegan alternatives at your closest supermarket, you don't need to. I don't eat many of them these days anymore, but you can make such delicious foods out of vegetables, fruits, grains, nuts and seeds and beans. Like, you can make all kinds of things. There's literally millions of recipes online at just a few clicks of a button away. And yeah, not really much else in your life has to change. So when you have breakfast, just have a few vegan recipes that you alternate between. Same with lunch, have a few vegan recipes you alternate between. Same with dinner. And then next time you go to buy a jacket, instead of buying a jacket that's made from a cow's skin, just buy a different material that's made from plants or whatever, or synthetic. And next time you go to buy some toothpaste, just buy a vegan, cruelty-free, vegan toothpaste. You can still get it from the same supermarket. So really the biggest change is still quite minor. It just usually means going to a different aisle in the same supermarket, or going a couple of meters to the right away from the cow's milk and towards the almond or the soy or the coconut or the hazelnut or the whatever milk. So it's actually a very easy thing to do, and you can learn everything you need about the health and about the recipes and everything. Yeah, just online, Google. There's literally thousands and thousands of different websites dedicated to helping people go vegan now.
Thank you, James, so much for your time. Before we conclude, I was just wondering if you had anything else to add.
Yeah, I would just say that it's a really very, very important thing that, we all take this on, because veganism isn't just for people who really love animals. It's not just for people who really care about their health or the environment. Veganism is for anyone who believes that causing unnecessary harm to animals is wrong. If you believe that causing unnecessary harm to animals is wrong, then you believe in veganism. And to not be vegan, that means there's so much violence and suffering and killing happening because of your choice to be vegan. So I would just suggest that anyone who is at least, aware of veganism, considering it, please start watching some documentaries like Earthlings, Cowspiracy, Forks Over Knives. Check them out, because this is something we all should adopt so that we can all contribute to, instead of making this world a more violent place, making it a more kind and peaceful place. And that's each and every one of our responsibility to do.
In terms of what you would like to be referred to on the program, I was just wondering, is there a particular title or way you would like to be introduced?
I would just try to refer to, try to make it kind of normal, like James Aspey is just a normal Sydney guy, but he's also a passionate vegan animal rights activist, I don't want anyone to think that, that I think if you can just make me out to just be a normal dude. So if you just say, James Aspey, he's just a 29-year-old guy from Sydney, Australia, who's also a very passionate vegan and animal rights activist. That would probably be best.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Thank you so much for your time.